This Saturday, our next guest will be going on a run around Crystal Palace Athletics track 4,024 times. Project Start Line will see him running 100 miles a day for 10 whole days. So please welcome a barefooted ultra-endurance athlete who racks up the miles little by little. It's Tony Riddle!
Little by little! Tony Riddle!
I love coming on just for the intro.
That's all we've got time for. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah.
Right, world record attempt, Project Start Line, redefining 50 starts this Saturday, 60th of September, London's Crystal Palace. So go to givestar.io/gs/project-start-line. That doesn't trip off the tongue. So go to Tony on Instagram instead, @TheNaturalLifestylist. Tony, how are you doing? It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Too long.
A couple of years, I guess, right?
Yeah,
a few years.
The last time we hooked up was when we ran in, I think.
We ran, and Dave and Steve were here as well, right?
Yeah.
That was a nice run.
Yeah, and they're going to be helping you out for this challenge. Tell us more about what is happening, what time does it start, who's going to get involved, can we all come?
Yeah, there's an opening at 10 a.m. I'll already be 60 k's in by then. I'm starting at 4 a.m. every morning. And so the idea is do 10k on the hour. 10k on the hour. 10K
okay, so it's at Crystal Palace at the athletics track.
At the athletics track.
How did you book that for 10 days?
That's the National Stadium.
How did you do that?
Well, that was the endurance event. Finding a stadium to land it.
Right.
Because all the other endurance events have been like either coastlines or the Three Peaks or running the length of the UK, and the logistics involved with that is an absolute nightmare.
Of course.
And the fatigue of that, right? Yeah. And the terrain. So this one was like, well, how can we create a stage, a centre stage, and the stadium becomes the stage in order for me to speak to some really important causes, but also all the logistics come to us.
Okay.
And so that's at the National Stadium. So that was the endurance event. Finding a stadium took me 6 months really for someone to go.
Do you have to sit down with them? They say, okay, you want it for a couple of hours? You want it for a day?
I've got sole use of it for the whole duration of the event. Well, actually, from the 5th until the 19th, I have it available.
Right.
I mean, I have had to fund it. I mean, that's been largely part of the.
So you do have to pay
the
money
logistical and financials of organising endurance events.
Do you get a discount for 10 days?
It's an endurance event. There's a discount there. And also it's undergoing refurbishments. It's been signed off. It's quite an iconic stadium, that one. So I'm pleased it's landing there as well.
Some amazing things have happened there, and this is something else amazing that's going to happen there. Tell us about how you train for a 1,000-miler. Barefoot is where you live anyway. So if people don't know about you, the first time they've ever heard you on the radio, give us a quick sort of elevator pitch of who you are and what you've done so far.
I'm known as the natural lifestylist. I choose ways of living that are more in sync with our human biology, right? And some of that means having no furniture in my house. I run barefoot. I eat clean but train dirty in a way. I like getting dirty when I'm out there. A lot of that mileage now is on the coastline, East Coast. We're over near Kent. We're in Kent. And so that's a hard concrete surface, but the track is almost like clouds for me after that. So it feels quite soft and compliant. So the training for that has been a mixture of the tarmac stuff, concrete on the seafront, smashing out some really good mileage, so up to about 3 marathons a day in training, ready for 4 marathons a day on the event. Sitting
here in front of me, you're like a boxer before a world title fight at the weigh-in, because you look amazing, because you're sort of match fit, aren't you? You're ready to go.
Yeah.
And you're at the peak of your fitness now. You look like you've got all the energy which you need to have.
Which you also need to manage, right?
You need to manage.
So downstairs I was sitting on the bench cross-legged with my breathing app in to calm the nervous system a bit, because it's like managing those adrenals as well.
Of course. I mean, a lot of first-time marathoners, you're okay if it's your first marathon, because you're so excited. But there's so much chat. If you're going for a PB, whether it's a 5k or 10k part run, whatever, you want to stay away from the excited people, don't you, in a way? Well,
I can speak to that. I did the London Marathon. I broke the barefoot record for the London Marathon this year. It's the first marathon I've ever done, competed in a marathon. Yeah. And I can speak to that. I was up at 4 a.m. It took me 5 hours to get to the start line. Mm-hmm. And that's an endurance event in itself, getting into London and everything else. And then everyone around me was like,
buzzing.
You're doing this barefoot, what? Is that going to hurt? And really it started to get in, and you're like, wow, I've got to calm this system down. And I went off a bit on that one.
Yeah, everybody does.
And it was mega hot this year.
It was mega hot. Not the hottest ever, but it was hot. What did you do?
I had 3, 3.
Nice. Was that your intention?
Mega numbers, right? If you're into numerology, it's a big one. The
magic number. 3 is the magic number.
Yeah, it was mega. It was a big one.
All right. So you're starting. What time are you starting on Saturday morning?
I'm starting 4 a.m. Well, wake up at 3, floodlights on, team supporting me, so they bring everything to me. 4 a.m. I start, and then the gates open at 10 a.m.
Right.
So people
How
can
hard
come.
is it going to be, do you think? And what's the strategy? What's the plan?
The plan is to I'm run 10Ks, so it'll be 16 10Ks a day.
Right.
And the break is at 80Ks.
And 16 10Ks is 100 miles a day.
Yeah, 160Ks a day is
Right.
that. So there's an 80K break point. I've got a sauna on camp, ice bath, brass monkey, sauna by sauna box. Boom. And I have like a little brief sauna moment, bit of mobility in there, quick cold plunge, change of clothes, off again. I'm hydrating and I've got my nutrition going in every hour. So
Okay.
I don't have to stop for that. It comes to me on the track. So some of that is liquid nutrition. I've got organised on board for that. It's like an organ blend. That's been mega. And the rest of the next hour will then be solids. So it's like liquid solids, liquid solids, liquid solids. 16 meals a day. I love eating.
16?
And I love moving. And this is like a moving picnic. So it's like, it ticks the box for me.
16 meals a day. That's the best way to consume.
I'm doing it that
calories.
way. Yeah, I've been doing that. I've basically first time I've ever trained on an event like this with a treadmill. So I've had a treadmill at home because I'm also a father. I have 4 kids and I run a business. So to find like 10, 12 hours a day
and you
to
don't
train.
want to suffer it, do you?
Well, everyone else suffers for it as well.
Yeah, that's
do you know
what I
I
mean. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I can tick this box, but equally I want to speak to the fact that I'm redefining 50. I'm a 50-year-old who has kids, has this life outside of an endurance event, but also to demonstrate, well, this is the stuff we can do.
Yeah, so I'm glad you said that because, you know, Tash and I are big fans of yours, big fans of everything to do with this. We watch lots of YouTubes at night for fun. You know, it's sort of 80-20 for me, cars and running and moving and cycling and whatever's going on. And it's 80-20 for Tash, 20% maybe, I don't know what she prefers, but we share the 80% watching you and your mates. And a lot of the time, if we're watching somebody new, we go, they haven't got any kids. There's no way they can be doing this if they got kids.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I often see that. Whereas this, it's like, well, it's like I had kids again in a way because we have 2 older ones that are 16 and, well, just about to turn 6. Lola's 16 on the event.
No way.
On the 11th. And then we have a 13-year-old, a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Right.
So the 9 and the 5-year-olds is if we kind of had kids again. So last night before coming on here, I'm dealing with parent stuff. I got woken up in the night 3 or 4 times.
Quite right too.
You know, and
That's the way it is.
But it's not to say that it's over. And part of this, the strap line of this event, is it's called the start line, right? Because I'm going to be going across the start line 4,024 times. But it's also, you know, we're not done. We're not finished.
No, the start line.
There's always an opportunity to start again.
It's your 6th decade. I'm about to enter my 7th decade. I couldn't be more excited.
Amazing, right?
Yeah, I love it. I couldn't be more excited.
And it's seeing that, I think, a level of curiosity towards it. You know, we see, what is it? Time is subjective. What about age, right? It's like, and it depends on templates. And I think part of this event for me is to deliver some different templates for others to observe as well.
It's so cool.
We can do this.
Right, talking of Tash, she did a 100-miler last year. She did the South Downs 100-miler. And she's, you know, Tash, she's pretty fit, pretty good runner. 100 miles. She came in at 22-something. And she ran pretty well. Now, there's no hills where you're concerned, but you reckon 16 hours on, 8 hours off. That's pretty quick,
it'd be 18 hours to 20 hours of running.
All right, okay,
and 4 hours. So I'm working around this circadian rhythm as well. So I'm understanding that between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. that's our main growth hormone.
So that's when you're going to sleep.
That's the real bonus sleep.
Right.
So we're on a wind down. I've got blue blocking glasses coming on from Block Blue. All the lighting changes in the camp to amber lighting. In the bell tent switch. So we're setting up camp in the middle of the pitch, essentially. So I've got Riddle HQ happening there. Lighting will change, and everything will be about priming my nervous system to calm down and to get that really beneficial sleep. And then I know anything beyond 2 a.m. is a bit of a bonus. And then I'm back out again.
And you're going to stick to this plan, you know, fail to plan, plan to fail. You're not going to, if you're feeling good, you're not going to do 200k in a day. You're not going to...
Everyone, Mike Tyson, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face, right?
Absolutely.
So there might be days where I need to do that.
Because Paul
because a day before that might not be that 160. You
have to play catch up, but you don't want to. You're not going to put stuff in the bank just in case you.
Well, the record's 10 days, 10 hours, 30 minutes, and 36 seconds.
Who holds that?
Yanis Kouros.
When did he set that?
1988.
Oh gosh, because somebody did something similar last year, but I can't remember
Yeah,
what it
Ned
was.
Brockman had a crack at it.
That's right.
Yeah, and that was a lot of inspiration for me. I was seeing it and go, okay, I see that. I see how that's doable. Brilliant, how you can do that, because again of the logistics. So that was a mega inspiration for me. That, and then to see it. Also, just again the fact that you are in a safe container in a way. And the South Downs, or I've done the Southwest Coastal Path, or Vazos was on the arc of attrition.
Yeah.
That's brutal because of the elevation gains, right? Whereas this is again, if I can remove all the noise of
Steady
logistics, any of that brutal kind of elevation, then it's a smoother ride. But I will say it's going to be a recovery game.
Now, you are very tenacious as a human being. You're very resilient. You're also very beautiful, very gentle, very hard, straight when you need to be, and soft on the inside, which is the perfect combination.
That's amazing. Thank you.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
Beautiful.
It's true. How much adversity have you faced before, from a physical point of view, that might have given you a sense of what you're about to experience?
Yeah, because many won't know my backstory, right? I was born with club feet. So I had plaster cast boots on that were reshaping my feet for the first 12 weeks and then into braces. So it's a bit of a Forrest Gump story going on there, right? And then other stuff that's unraveled because of that. You know, there's been divorces, there's been loss of property, there's been out of army, there's been imprisonment, there's been drugs, booze, just suicidal kind of attempt. There's been all of that within, and in my earlier years, you know, and largely around this story is to speak to some of that, which is number one cause of death for men being suicide under the age of 50. And again, anyone that can come and share something that could land in someone's ears that could prevent them from calling it finish line, you know, that's part of this story as well, you know. That's
beautiful, man.
I think sometimes we have to have gone there to be able to speak to it, and then there's the authenticity piece, and people can sniff out inauthenticity, and for me it's there's an authentic piece to that. I want to speak to this stuff because I've endured it, you know, and this endurance is about getting to the start line. And so everything I've gone through in the past is literally about this moment arriving at this new start line.
Wow.
You know?
And people can come every day?
I'm not going to have it like that. The team are going to judge it.
Come every day.
And I think there's moments within, and there is moments within endurance, and I'll speak to that, where you almost like need to be on your own to process stuff, or to either go in the real hurt locker or the pain cave and re-emerge stronger for that, and then go, right guys, we can now have an open track at this time, and the team are going to be sensitive to making that call. I can't make any decisions once I'm 100 miles in.
We follow you and we can figure it out.
So on Instagram, on Natural Lifestylist is there, or TonyRiddle.com, you can head there. And the key is with it that the teams will be handling that. I won't be in any position.
So you're not going to make that call?
I can't. Once you get past 100 miles, you almost need people to take you to the toilet. You know, and then I've got to go, right, let's go and do this again. The beauty of it, I don't know whether you've been in that, but the endurance stuff, I think it takes 3 days for me. And then what tends to happen, if I've got to that 3-day point, the mind and the body have a chat, and they go, this is what we're doing now. Yeah. You know?
This is what we're doing. I said that exact phrase on Friday at the hospital, because Eli's been in hospital for a while. He's out now. And Tash said, this, that, and the other. I said, well, this is what we're doing. Yeah. And once you, it's not you agree to it, but you surrender to it, whatever the verb is you want to use, or you honour it, if you'd like. It's even better.
There is honouring.
You then get all this extra fuel that you didn't realise that you sort of closed the sluice gate to. But once you surrender to it, whatever it is, the universe, nature, God, goes, okay, now you've accepted the challenge, 100%, have a bit of this. You go, this is interesting, and you fly for a bit. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I know now through previous events, I have to manage where that voice comes from, right?
Yeah, because you can pretend it's there.
Well, you can go into a bit of the dictator mode of it, whereas I've been in the past, I go, my mind and body had a chat, and this is what we're going through now. It's like, no, the body hasn't had it yet. Here you go, have that, and now you're going to hobble for a few days.
You can witness it, can't you?
Yeah, so
you can't orchestrate.
Stay in the divinity of it and just be humble to it.
Yeah, the most that we ever did, I've ever done, was I can't remember what to call it, Hell Week, which is 50 miler.
Hell.
Yeah, 50 mile on Sunday, 50k on the Wednesday, and we did a marathon on the Friday. And even that, which is a lot to some people, not a lot to other people. But even that, like, you know, on the Wednesday, halfway through the 50k, you felt different, and there is this sense of, oh, this is what we're doing, and your whole mindset changes, your physicality changes, you become a different person, and then you think, oh, this is great because I'll take this with me for the rest of my life. But that's not the deal, because you can't. The second you stop at Leeds, you go, where's that gone? And you've got to go again for it to happen again, because you can't bank it.
Yeah, it's so humbling, right?
You can bank the experience, but you can't bank what it gives you. Do you know what I mean?
It's different. 100%.
You know you've done it, but
it's
you
almost
can't.
like there is I find there is an embodiment of sorts.
Yeah, but you can't refeel it. Do you know what I mean?
No, you can't, because it's
so
a real
weird.
deep process.
It's
right?
like when you're meditating and you see the third eye, the green, and then you go, oh, this is the green. And then the second you think this is the green, it goes. And you go, no, where's it gone? And you try and get it back, can't get it back.
Yeah, like, or that feeling of, I don't need to breathe here.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited.
Now.
I'm so excited for you, Tony. I'm really excited for you. So it starts this weekend.
Yeah, I'm also raising funds. So there's shelter in there, raising funds for shelter.
Great.
That become quite a theme for us as we were making an offer on a property. It didn't work out, and then we couldn't kind of find anything. So we spent a year, I would say, with the kids going from one place to the other. And I was out running, and I was, you know what? Could you imagine what this would be like if you didn't have the resources and you didn't have the friends? We knew people with retreat spaces. Tony, come and stay.
Yeah.
And we had that, and we were really being looked after, it felt. But what if you didn't have that? Who's going to look after you? So that back off that run, I was like, Katerina, we need to raise funds for homelessness, mainly towards families, because I felt that was the calling. And shelter is the piece.
So the best, I mean, it's a long old thing, isn't it? Donate via givestar.io/gs/project-start.
Head to the Natural Lifestyle List and you'll find it there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's in my bio.
That's where we need to go.
Yeah.
And you're live streaming Saturday?
We're live streaming the whole event.
The whole event.
So every 4 hours, I think you can live stream with Instagram. So we're going to have a camera set up. And some of it might be a bit boring. You're just going to see me go.
Yeah, but we love all that.
Maybe not that fast.
We love all that.
And then I'll get to the camera every now and then. But my kids are there because we're the family staying in Riddle HQ in the middle of the track.
Are they?
Yeah, we're all moving in. I was like, the Crystal Palace guys were like,
"That's not
what? Your whole family's coming."
Most of the kids are going back to school. They're going to camp in the middle of their dad's event.
We've got like a big motorhome for them because they need that, and they're prepping my food and stuff like that.
Good for you.
But they're going to do like the Riddle Sisters 7 a.m. So they're doing a 7 a.m. slot where they're going to get behind the mics, which they're loving.
Yeah.
I mean,
bring it on.
There'll be a live stream, definitely.
Well, let's talk to you halfway through it, and then at the end, if
I'd
you like.
love that.
You're very welcome. I mean, the airways, what's ours is yours. Morning, Chris. It's Joe in Denmark. Can you ask if he'll be doing every lap clockwise? Will he end up with the equivalent of Hod Carry's shoulder in his legs and hips? Or are you going to alternate? That's a good point, isn't it?
I'm alternating. So on the 10K, I change direction. Right. The team come out, give me a bowl of food or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
And then they walk with me for that 2 laps.
Yeah.
And then I go again. So I've been training digestion with this. That's what the treadmill's been for mainly.
All right. Let's stick with the fun of which way you're going, because I've now and again I run on a track when I do a bit of speed work because it's fun, and also tracks are great because they're so bouncy and gorgeous. And I love being barefoot on a track. It feels nice, doesn't it?
It feels good, right?
It feels really nice. And if you approach a track, right, which way would you naturally run around it? Because I would run around it anti-clockwise.
The moment I get on the track, I run anti-clockwise.
Why is that? Why are we doing that?
Because I think largely when I arrive, everyone else is doing it.
right.
Okay then.
Is that the way all tracks go?
Well, that's the way that because the start lines are set up that way.
Right.
So the line
is
where
that
the
all
start
across the world? Because I
don't know whether it works like plug holes where the water goes down. Maybe we need to phone our Aussie mates and just say what's going on.
Some are left and some are right.
Yeah,
it's funny, and some drivers are quicker one way.
Well, what throws people is when I start like that, and then I go in training, I'll be going right 10k, and I'll go the other way, and people actually look at you. No, this is what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? They freak out. Val says Tony's such an inspiration and a beacon of hope to anybody in a dark space. Alistair and Maidenhead, I got into running because of Tony. He's such an inspiration to me. How great is it to hear that?
Beautiful, that's great.
Best, isn't it?
Almost as good as the intro. That's amazing.
No, nothing beats the intro. But anyway, great to see you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Let's hear it for Tony Riddle. Come on, the National Lifestyle. 1,000 miles in 10 days. Will he do it?